Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to another episode on the Hypermine Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved server. How you guys doing today? I'm doing really good. Hope you guys are having a good day so far. I'm having a good day. It's been a pretty good day so far. It's been, hold on, it's been an hour and 43 minutes into the day. To Thursday. I hope you guys are having a good Thursday. I've been kind of just pedaling around with the new Bloodborium. Yes, I came up with a name on the spot yesterday, right before I came out with the video. I'm going to call it the Bloodborium. The reason I've chose that name because the original is called the Amborium. I'm going to be housing my blood altar and my bloodness, so I called it the Bloodborium. Freaking genius. Thumbs up for originality. So, I've been working a lot off screen. Yes, you guys can already probably see the differences. But I was doing a holy crap load of crap. A whole bunch of stuff to it. And I thought, why am I doing all this off screen? So, let me present to you guys the Bloodborium. Bloodborium. Yes. And I've done a holy crap load amount of stuff to it. So I got a lot. I just want to say thank you guys for all of your amazing comments. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. But thank you guys for all your amazing comments. I got a whole slew of things from you guys saying what you guys thought we should really do with the Bloodborium. That's going to get really hard to say. Let's just call it the double B. So things I should do to this thing. And I have I have designed a whole bunch of stuff that you guys suggested. First and foremost, a lot of you said you really loved the lava, and then I got a comment from, dang it, oh, you know what, I'm gonna pull it up and find it right now. I want to be able to give credit where credit is due, bam. And I got a comment from, where was it at? I can find you. There it is. I think that's it. No, where's it at? Where is she? I can't find it. I don't really want to keep putting it out. Oh well, it's a thing. So, anyways, I got a comment from somebody saying that they really love the lava, but they thought it would look a lot better if I would exchange that with something blood magic related. And they mentioned blood from, I think, Tinker's Construct, and even they said blood from the blood magic mod, and I looked into it, and it's actually really simple. So what I did was I exchanged the lava for the blood, and I actually really think it looks super duper cool coming down because, you know, it's a blood thing. So what I ended up doing, if you guys are unfamiliar, yeah, I've done some work in here. I'll explain this in a second. But what if you guys don't know, if you put a bucket inside the thing with blood in it, it'll actually make a blood bucket. So that's really, really cool. So I did that, and then I trimmed out the edges because I didn't like it being completely nether brick on the side. So and first and foremost, I wanted to make this run down the edge, but no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't do it. It was going to take so much work, and I didn't feel like going through all that. So what I did was I exchanged it, and I made these. Actually, to be honest, you cannot make I think they're called large blown steps. You can't make the large bloodstone stairs. You can't do it. There's no recipe. So what I ended up having to do is I took cobblestone stairs, and then I painted them to look like large bloodstone bricks, and that in itself made it where these things could, you know, they look like bloodstone bricks. They're not really bloodstone bricks, but they look like it. So yeah, that's really, really cool. I'm really glad that was a thing that I was able to do. And something weird happened. Apparently the game doesn't see this as an entity, and the beams can go through it. So that's a thing. So that's really, really cool. So I didn't have to leave off these edges like I thought I was going to originally do. Unfortunately, if you guys are wondering, you cannot make you cannot paint glass. I tried that. You can't make glass stairs or glass block. Well, actually, you can make glass block because that's a thing already, but you can't make glass stairs. And that was the original thought I was wanting to have to do, but luckily since this worked, I didn't have to do that. So that's really, really cool. I messed around with the design up here a little bit. I was going for a dragon's face. I don't know. I didn't want to add eyes. I really like how it came out. I'm not going to tinker around with it too much. This is not the final product. I'm probably going to mess around with it a little bit off screen here and there. But I really like how it came out. I added some chiseled obsidian. I really wanted to use obsidian in this build. I wanted to use it more, but I couldn't find a good place for it other than just an accent block. And I want to use a lot of it during the interior as well. I just haven't found a good place for it just yet. But I had it as an accent mark for these railings that I do believe Soap told me he really loved it, but he wanted me to have like a guidance system all the way down. So that's what I ended up doing. I set it up one block ahead and then put stairs down. So it looks like it looks like a canal. So I think that's really, really cool. So yeah, that's a thing on all 4 sides. And I really like how it came out. I really do. I think it looks really, really cool. And I fell my butt backwards into that. I can't believe that actually worked out. And I didn't have to make anything like makeshift to make it look good. So if we had it on the inside, that doesn't need to be there. Hold on. This shit break there. We're gonna... well, make blood go everywhere. I always hated doing this because I originally had this flowing down the sides and then into a hole so it wouldn't fall off the side. But yeah, if you don't stop it, it's just gonna flow all the way down, and it kind of stinks because it requires a lot of block, updates to happen for my client, and it kind of lags me a little bit. But there's nothing really I can do about it at this point, or it's a hindrance. But yeah, that's a thing. But I had it running down. I thought it was way too much blood. I didn't feel like it was going to work out, so I just kind of left it alone. So yeah, I like really how this came out. It looks really good. So if we had it on the inside, I went ahead and knocked out a huge hole in the floor. Hey buddy, how's it going? No one saw anything. So I have a little ocelot problem. So yeah, they're vermin. Yeah, that's a thing. But I knocked out a huge hole in the floor. I went ahead and mined it all out because I know I was going to be putting some stuff in here. Part of me really wanted to make rooms as I went, but other part of me wanted to just have an open room so I have like something to work with. So what I ended up doing in here, someone gave me a comment saying that I should knock out the interior block, like this is the stair. There was a block here. So what I did was I went all the way through it and took out that block. Unfortunately, that left, since I had blood running through, I still needed this here block to keep the blood from flowing in. So yeah, that ended up having to happen. So what I ended up doing was I used the bloodstone block to kind of, give it some kind of accent mark. I think it looks really good. Unfortunately, even with the Resident Exchanger, which I remade, I kind of lost it when I went to the moon. But even with the Resident Exchanger, you can't exchange stairs with the thing. So that kind of stunk. So what I ended up doing is I just had this. I might look into getting some wedges from, I think that is Chisel. I think Chisel wedges. I think that's the mod that keeps them. But I might have some wedges and make it flat. I don't know. I think I like it. We'll see. The blood altar still is here. I don't know if we're gonna have I don't know if we're gonna have enough room to upgrade to tier 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, I don't know if we're gonna be able to do that yet or not. So what I was thinking about doing is I wanted to have a center platform here. And then what my idea was, I was going to have 2 entranceways, one from right here and one from right here. And then from here, I thought about having, of course, this is where my Well of Suffering is going to be going, right? Like right here. I'm afraid I wanted to go far enough down to where it won't interfere with the Well of Suffering, but I want to have it close enough so if I ever have to, mess with it, it'll be close enough for me to do that. And I guess I can fly. I didn't really think that one through. Yeah, that's a thing. But I wanted to make it close enough to the Well of Suffering that I could still see into it and still work on it if I have to, but I wanted to have it far enough away so it's not like butting my head. I don't know how that's going to end up working out. I need to go ahead and get some stuff, resources together to build the Well of Suffering, even if I'm not going to be doing the Well of Suffering yet. I've still got to replace all the runes with sacrifice runes. And replace these, I gotta replace all these self-sacrifice with just sacrifice runes for that Well of Suffering to have its potency at maximum potential. So yeah, that's gonna be a thing for the future. My idea with the platform is I wanted to have a centralized platform and then have stairs leading off to different areas for different things. Like I need a battle area. Definitely need a battle area for doing demons and stuff. I don't want to do that out in the open because those things can be very, very extremely destructive. At least some of them can. I don't know if all of them do that. And I'm also kind of afraid to be locked into a room with some of the demons. They are really something else. You guys will be able to get to see more of that later on. I also want to have a room for different rituals. Like I need the binding ritual. I'm gonna have probably the unbinding ritual and stuff like that. I know there's other rituals that I'm probably gonna be needing from that as well. I don't know if I'm gonna have anything in that direction or if I'm even gonna have them in the set directions that I told you guys. This is all still in my mind. I have to get it out and my voice is escaping me. That was weird. I don't know what happened. I'm okay. So it's still in my brain place. So I'm still working out the kinks and the stuff. So yeah. What I'm gonna do is I can't. I really wish I could build more on screen, but what happens is I build something, I don't like it, I rip it down. Build it again, then still don't like it, still rip it down. So I build things 6,000 or 7,000 times before I end up choosing something that works. So unfortunately, this isn't something I'm gonna build on screen. I'm gonna do most of the designing off screen, explain it, show it off, see if you guys like it, and then we'll go from there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start doing some more work on this, try to get some things worked out for you guys, and then we'll be back in just a minute. So yeah, give me a minute and I'll see you guys in a little bitty bit. Alright guys, welcome back. So I've been doing a little bit more work. I've been working around with different textures and stuff like that, and making this look a lot better. So if we run down here, what I ended up doing was I made this cool circle. I've made I don't know why, but I always like doing like floor designs. That's always something that I've always liked doing. So I wanted to add a bunch of different textures with it. I wanted to add different colors, nether brick because I'm using that for everything else. I wanted to add black and red into the mix. I also wanted to put some nether stuff in here. I mean with obsidian. So yeah, I have a lot of cool different textures with this. Also, I put in these things, my stairways. I really like them. Unfortunately, you cannot make slabs out of these guys. At least I think. Wait a minute, you might be able to paint slabs. Uh-oh. We might be able to do that later. So we'll have to see about that. I also added some accent marks. Hey Voodoo. Hey buddy. But yeah, I added accent marks in here too. I really love how these things look. They look really, really super duper cool, to be honest. But I had one problem with these. I love how they look. I love how they function. They look and they function great. But I had a problem. And now, if I imagine myself, I'm coming over to the Bloodborium. I still love that name, Bloodborium. I'm gonna have to get used to saying it. But every time I come over here, I was always afraid that as soon as I got to this mark, to this point, I would just jump down and completely miss my stairs. And then, I mean, that would be pointless. Why have stairs if you're not going to be using them? So what I ended up doing was I put a little bit of a not stair thing, but a walkway up to the actual blood altar itself, so that would kind of inhibit me from jumping down and make me actually use the staircases, even though I'm going to short run them. I guess that they're more for people who don't fly and are coming to look at the Bloodborium. So yeah, that's the thing. I really love how they look. They're really just an aesthetic piece, to be honest, and there's nothing really fancy about them, but they're not really good for you being used, but I just like how they look. So another thing I didn't really talk about during the video is how am I getting a lot of really good lighting in here? I mean, look at this place. Most of it's lit up, but I don't have a single torch anywhere, or glowstone, which for that matter. So what I ended up doing was I colored glowstone into where's it at? It isn't. Where are you at? Hold on. I know I got one over here somewhere. It even shows up as that one block. That's insane. But what I did was I colored glowstone with the large bloodstone bricks, and they blend in so well, but they still emit light, which I think is really freaking cool. So that enables it to look really fresh, really clean, and you wouldn't even notice that this is a glowstone block. I think that's just really, really cool. I love that. I love that you could do that. I'm glad I figured that out. That makes things look so much better without having all those dumb torches everywhere. But yeah, that's good. That's what it looks like so far. I want to add a couple more things. I was thinking about stuff to do in here. I wanted to kind of put like I always say but a lot. I don't know what's weird with that. But I wanted to put a fountain in here. Maybe like a blood fountain, or maybe a fountain over here. I think it would look really cool to have some kind of blood fountain. I'll probably run around some designs for that off screen. And I had some other things that I was wanting to do around here, but I'm just gonna have to keep working with it off screen. I really wish I could do more building on screen, and I wish I could do more building today, but unfortunately I'm just kind of low on time for that, mostly because it's almost 3 in the morning. So one more thing I want to do before we let off today. I want to go ahead and set up the Well of Suffering. I'm not going to activate it today. And the reason is because I don't have my sacrifice runes, so I have a feeling that it would be draining more LP than it would be gaining So, and I don't have anything to put in it yet. So what I'm probably going to end up doing is using witches, even though I think they nerfed it. I'm going to try using them, and if it doesn't work, then I guess I could exchange it. So we'll have to see about that. So let me grab some building blocks. Now, if you're going to be doing this at home, first things first, you're going to need some ritual stones and a master ritual stone. That's first and foremost. And you're going to need your ritual diviner. Now, the only difference between this ritual diviner and the one we use to make our binding ritual is that this thing has been crafted into what it can. Hold on. I did this to it. I didn't know a specific way to make that sound scientific. I don't know why I want to sound sophisticated all the time. So what I ended up doing is I turned it into where it could actually place dusk runes. If you don't do that, you can't it won't place the dusk runes. You'll have to place them manually, and that kind of stinks. So you're going to need yourself demonic slates and these elemental inscriber tools, which this is being used to, well, it's been crafted out of a coal block. So yeah, that's how that was it ended up making. So with the Well of Suffering, you're going to want it to be at least 3 blocks. I do believe it's 3 blocks. It's either 3 or 4 blocks. Don't quote me on this, but just stick with me for a second. From the central point of the altar, and the central point of the altar is the main, no, I don't want you in there, give me that, but is the main blood altar itself. So it has to be 3 or 4 or 5. I think it's 3. You could don't quote me on that, but I think it's 3 blocks from the central point of the altar, which is this point. So I'm gonna go actually 2 blocks, or maybe 3. No, we'll do 2. So 2 blocks, and then the master ritual stone, and then from this, go ahead and set it to the Well of Suffering, and just start right clicking. Actually, first thing first, let me take this off. There we go. And now I'm going to start right clicking. So what this is going to do is manually place the ritual. I think this is going to work. I don't think I'm going to have a problem with it. Yes, I wanted to have it close enough to the actual altar itself that it blends in, kinda, and also I want it to be high enough where it's not inhibiting like the thing down here. So also I can look up and kind of look at it, and it kind of looks really, really cool. I don't know where I'm going to be putting like the witches and stuff. I'm probably going to have to work all of that out off screen and see how that one's going to work out. But yeah, that's how you set up the Well of Suffering. It's super easy. And what it ends up doing after you activate it, it'll damage mobs, and then it will transfer that damage or that life essence into a nearby blood altar, which I think it is 3 block radius from the central point, which is this. It will transfer all the LP to this thing, and if you put your master ritual stone, or well, your ritual orb of any kind, like this guy, inside of your blood altar, it'll suck up the essence that are being made by the mobs that are being killed or slowly killed. So the reason that witches work so well with this is that they actually heal themselves. So the idea behind that, and I think is the reason why blood magic devs nerfed that, or maybe they worked around it in some way, shape, or form, but they thought it was a little bit too easy. So what it would do is it would damage the witches. The witches would say, holy crap, I'm being killed, and then drink a regen potion. So that would enable it to work all the time. So the witches would never die. You would constantly get LP for your system. And I guess they didn't think that was so great. At least I think they nerfed it. I needed to do some testing on it to make sure. I'm pretty sure they did nerf it though. So yeah, unfortunately that is going to be it for today's episode, guys. I had a ton of fun today, especially with working around in here. I wanted to do a little bit more work, but unfortunately I have run out of time. I've run out of time for recording today, and I know I'm not going to be able to do it tomorrow. But yeah, I really do love how the thing came out. I love how the Amborium looks. I love that it looks really cool. I want it to look a lot different than the Amborium, but I want it to look similar enough so that I can say that I based it off the Amborium. If you guys are still clueless on what the Amborium is, go to last episode, check the top link in the description. Well, actually, I think it's like the second link. It's one of Slipgator's builds. But I want it to look similar, but not stupidly similar. So yeah, as I always say, if you hated this video, you know where to put it, but if you did enjoy, please, as always, do not forget to hit that like button, guys. It really helps me out. It really helps out the channel. So yeah, don't forget to hit that like button. So yeah, if you hated this video, please, you know where to put it. I don't want to say like shove it there, because that'd be weird. I don't know if they realize what I'm implying there. I don't want to say it like rope front. But yeah, don't forget to post any questions, comments, or smart remarks in the comment section down there. I love hearing from you guys. I really do. I'm starting to get a little lightheaded from how long I've been sitting at this table. Well, actually at my desk. So yeah, thank you guys for sitting to the end of the video. It has been really good today. I had a lot of fun today. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, and I hope all of you have a great and wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you guys next time. I really like how this came out. Looks really good. I really love it that I got so many great comments on it. I love my comment section. I'm not just saying that because I want more views, but I really do love it. I really do love my comment section. I really couldn't do these videos without you guys. Especially to make these great buildings like this. It looks really great. I still need more work in here. I need to go to bed.